Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Doreen Short. I'm an RDI consultant and an RDI mom, and you're in for a special treat because in this video we'll be featuring my own son. And this is basically designed just to be a snapshot. What my son's capabilities were prior to starting the program, and then what his capabilities were after the first 2 years. So I hope you find this video informative, and yeah, we've got some great clips for you. So in this next clip, I intentionally took out the sound. I feel like it's much easier to see, or you can see more when there isn't any audio. So this is a very short clip of my son in a sensory behavior intervention class, and it just will give you an idea of, what he looked like when he was 3. So he's in his circle time, and it's a bit overwhelming for him. He's not really sure what to do. And this is some classic behavior that we would see from him in situations like this. Pretty clear he has autism. And in this next short clip, this is here just to show where my son's communicative development was. So he was considered nonverbal, and they were using PECs with him. I also purchased a whole PEC system to use at home. But again, this is just showing where he was with communication. So I can't say we were too successful with PECs. I felt like he didn't really understand. He was more interested in the Velcro than he was in the pictures. So it required a lot of hand over hand, if you will, to build these sentence strips. Of course, when you're just starting off, it's a bit clumsy because the truth is we didn't have any kind of mutual guiding relationship with our son. So our son was definitely resisting in the beginning. He didn't know what was going on. And I just felt like I had to show you kind of as parents how we started out. So needless to say, my son had definitely some resistance. He's like, oh, heck no. But we gave him the space and we gave him the time so that we could at least start something together. Now, of course, over time, when you're working with your consultant, you start getting really good at designing these conditions so that the child begins to discover for himself what it is that you're targeting. And here, I just want to see that he can orient to me during a moment of confusion. And I'm actually going to reduce the speed on this. We're putting laundry in the machine, but here I give him a bowl. And he looks at me kind of like, what's this? But he actually goes to put it in, but quickly then orients back towards me like, what? No, that doesn't go in there. And that's exactly what I was targeting for this engagement. And now that we're about clearly a little over a year in, not only is Zach becoming much more competent and confident, so are we parents. So again, I took out the audio just to really spotlight how much joint attention and how much responsibility Zachary is taking on in this engagement. Dad here is only communicating with his eyes. So Zachary really has to pay attention and infer those signals. And he's doing that beautifully here. This next little clip is just too awesome. This is the same activity. This is the end of it, actually, that you just witnessed. We try to end an activity on kind of a climactic moment. This is not used as a reward, but it's actually a way to instill episodic memories so that Zachary can build upon those memories so that the next time we have this engagement, we can start in from a much higher place. And so he's crashed in a bunch of pillows. Dad is probably going to do a hug or something climactic for him. And this is the first time we were able to see him use a true emotion sharing word with his own parent. So in these next couple of short clips, we're now into year 2, and this is when things really start to accelerate. Again, Zachary's taking on more responsibility. I don't have to support him as much, so he can come up with his own ideas. And you're also going to see a little bit of my daughter in here. You know, we did RDI with both kids, and Olivia really loved these experiences and found them just as fun and challenging as my son did. So I think I'll just let this next clip roll out so you can see how much his language and his communication has evolved.
How about some cheese? Here's your cheese. Okay, here's some cheese. And maybe some ham. There's a ham. Okay. Ooh, I like ham and cheese. Is that a salad? That's the salad? Ooh, yummy.
Now, I've saved the best for last because when it comes to our kids with autism, they really struggle with perspective taking. And this is just a beautiful example of when you establish the right conditions, your child can discover perspective taking. We're not doing direct instruction here. We're not teaching him about perspective taking. We're just giving him experiences so that he can discover what perspective taking is all about. And his dad did a really funny, very simple activity here. And really anyone can do this, but a lot of work led up to this. So the child definitely has to be prepared.
It's a dinosaur.
Where's the dinosaur? It doesn't see.
There's a dinosaur. There's a dinosaur.
Oh, a dinosaur. Oh, wow.
Scary.
Oh, Daddy sees a spaceship.
A spaceship.
Wow.
It's a spaceship. Look at this spaceship.
Oh, there's a spaceship.
This is a silly spaceship.
That is a silly spaceship. That's crazy. Oh. What happened to the dinosaur?
There's a dinosaur.
Now I know that Dad is making this look so easy, but it's important to understand that this is truly the culmination of 2 years of working with our child. It definitely gets easier because you as a parent become much more mindful and skilled in being able to set up these conditions. And over time, your child becomes more mindful and skilled with these engagements. So this is why it's so rewarding for parents and why parents really need to have access to this kind of training. I hope this video was useful and gives you, a really clear picture of what is possible, really what is possible for parents in achieving the awareness and the abilities they need to achieve to be able to successfully guide their child. So that was really my mission with this video, was to kind of make a snapshot of that, and hopefully I was successful.